Hello everyone, Austin here. Today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm just kind of doing an update on everything that's going on around here. It is way too cold outside to be doing anything out there. I think the field like is like 13 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, not going to be doing any outside projects today. But I do want to go over some of the projects that we're going to be doing this year, as well as just kind of an update on a few of the fruit trees that I've gotten. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Quick little hello from Ferret, as we call her. This is actually Mango. And then also, we've got Foxy. They are soaking up some sun this morning. Hey Foxy. Look at that sweet baby. Getting some sun. First things first, let's go check on Chestnut. This is her room. Well, hey Chestnut. Hey, you're not supposed to be pooping right there. What are you doing? Come here. You have chin? No? Okay. This is Chestnut. And this is her room. She's made an absolute disaster over here so far. Got a little setup. Well, yeah, this is basically her room here. Whoa. Did not mean to piss her off. Okay, anyways, yeah, this is her bedroom. So this is pretty much hers. We keep it closed, just keep the cats out of here, but for the most part, the cats are fine with her. Like, they don't attack her or anything. Every now and then they get a little too playful, but yeah, she just runs around in here freely all the time. And then every now and then, or at least during the day when we're here, we'll let her out of this room, run around the house, and yeah, the biggest thing is just keeping her from eating all like the pothos and the other plants that are hanging and pretty much everywhere. So you guys have seen two of the cats and the bunny. There's a third cat. We call her Chicken. I have no idea where she's at right now. Let's head downstairs. Now you guys never really see down here, mainly because there's no light down here. Like, this is as bright as it gets down here. But on this little shelf right over here, we've got some seeds going. Mainly flowers. Like, we've got butterfly peas, salvia, lemon balm right there. This is mint. Over here we've got chives. And right over there in the back is leeks. And then this is, I believe, straw flower. Some, we'll put there, calendula. That's a butterfly pea right there. These are raspberries, raspberry root balls anyway. And as far as new fruit trees, probably not the best place for them down here, but we got a lemon tree here, or a Meyer lemon. This one, and then this right here is a cherry. Let me zoom that out. So this is actually two trees. So we've got the Romeo cherry and Juliet cherry. So it's both varieties, male and female, I think, is how that works on these types of cherries. Honestly, not 100% sure, but we're gonna figure it out. Yeah, super excited for those there. And then inside of the laundry room here, we've got a really exciting project. I don't want to mess with it too much, and also, like I said, lighting is terrible down here. But inside of there is some kombucha that I am experimenting with. Yeah, if I can do it correctly, if I can get the kombucha to work, eventually I do want to make a video on how to do it yourself, if that's something that you guys would be interested in. As far as fruit trees that are up here that I have not put outside yet because, like I said, it's freezing. We've got this one here. This is a 4-in-1 apple tree. So 4-in-1 apple, meaning they've taken one rootstock and then grafted 4 different types of apples on this. So this branch right here is a Fuji. This branch is Pink Lady. This little branch over here is Buckeye Gala. And lastly, this branch here is, it's upside down, but that is a Honeycrisp. Yeah, super excited about getting that guy put out. That over there is a ficus. That is not a part of this tree. These are 2 separate trees here. And then if you have not noticed, let me see if I am repping the new shirts that I designed, Learn As You Grow. I'm sure you've seen that everywhere on like my website and everything, and that is where you can actually get these shirts if you want them. Also have another design on there too. It is cold out here. So some things that I have not set up yet because, like I said, it's too cold, that are outside. Of course, we've got some more Birdie's raised beds, which you can get some of these through the link in my bio if you want, or in the description if you want. It gives you like 5% off, I believe, if you use my link. So definitely grab you some of those. I've got them everywhere in the garden out there. Ignore the soil bags. There's one right there. But I also have not set up my irrigation kit yet. Again, it's too cold. I don't want to freeze the pipes and everything, or the hoses that come with that. So waiting until it warms up a little bit, you know, we get into that spring weather and everything before I set that up. So out in the garden, I know it has been a while since I've actually made a video out here, but we do have a little update on the rock path if you've ever seen me working on that. Basically, we took it, and it did originally stop like right there, but we took the rocks and wrapped them around to the greenhouse. Also added some more over there, and then inside of here, along with the bunny poop that it will be fertilizer, we've also got some tulips popping up. Those there are daffodils. There's my wife's cute little sign. She's a fairy, so that is why I'm calling it the fairy garden. Now back here, I know you're probably wondering what the heck is going on, but inside of there I've got some Japanese maples, some camellias, and I think some crepe myrtles in there as well that a friend of mine gave me from his garden. And I do eventually want to do a little tour with him because he's got a magnificent place. His name is Mr. Paul. Now I am currently working on this project here, which I'm going to be doing a video, releasing a video soon, but on a rainwater collection system. So that is why it looks a little messy out here. I've got the ladder, all the pots and everything. There's the old gutter that I took off of it. But yeah, I wanted to set up a new gutter system here that will run down here, down through that little downspout. And here is going to be where the barrel sits that will collect rainwater that we can eventually water this whole area here. That is going to be a artichoke, probably rhubarb, and also maybe some sage in there as well. But that little whole area there is just going to be a little perennial garden. This area over here is going to be nothing but flowers for my wife. We've already got a bunch of daffodils popping up there. And as far as an update on the terraces, I really have not done much. I haven't really had time to, honestly. This is how they are looking. Currently got some little mini greenhouse type things set up with using tomato cages to cover and protect some of the plants that are underneath there. Under here is a cardoon, which you can kind of see it through the plastic there. This one you can't see very well, but down inside of there is gooseberries. This is frozen just about solid. The water that's on top of there. There we go. We did make some updates to this path here, and this will loop around into the little area over there. We're kind of under construction in all parts of the garden. This is my wife's tulip and some other flowers that I don't know the name of bed, but we've definitely got some tulips popping up here. And then these are, I believe, paper white something, and I cannot remember what it's called. Yeah, here is our little kale bed. Kale is really resilient in the cold. It is doing amazing out here. Yeah, got kale there, and then over here in this bed, which was originally by the greenhouse, but we didn't move it. This is parsley, and surprisingly, the parsley is doing pretty okay in this cold weather. I'm honestly surprised by that, but you learn something all the time. Hence my Learn As You Grow shirt. Now, of course, inside of the greenhouse, in the greenhouse, we've got, of course, all the fruit trees. Got some coffee plants over there, some collards in a seed starting tray. And we've got, it's honestly a mess in here just because of how freaking much stuff we have to put in, all the fruit trees and everything. Banana, the pomegranate, mandarins, papaya. Here's our sweet and goldy girl. She still, unfortunately, can't walk or anything, so we're still having to like hand feed her, hand water her and everything. But she is not giving up. She is very resilient. Really nothing super major going on in here as far as project stuff. Yeah, other than always trying to root new cuttings and everything like that. I do need to kind of hydrate it a little bit in here. It's pretty dry and dusty. But as far as planting out the fruit trees, I'm not 100% sure where I want to do like the apple tree, for example. I know that I want it to be somewhat close to this one here. So what I'm probably going to have to do is take out those 3 trees right there, and then that is where I'll put the 4-in-1 apple tree. That way, I don't know, because it might not get enough sun. I'm going to have to figure that part out. That's something you always kind of have to think about when you are, planning these things, planning on where you're going to plant trees and everything, is just trying to see exactly where the sun is going to be hitting. And you got to also think, especially in the winter, like right now, everything's pretty open because there's no leaves to block all the sunlight hitting the yard. But in the spring, the trees are going to be full of leaves, so you're going to block out a lot more sunlight than what it is now. So you just kind of got to think from that perspective on where you're going to be planting these trees out. So definitely want to plant the apple, like I said, somewhere close to that tree. Cherry tree, I'm thinking in this corner here. I call it a corner, but it's not really a corner. So that's my compost bin. That's a dogwood there that I do want to leave. Now these 2 trees, I'm thinking take those out, level this whole area here, put my wife a little gazebo type thing that she can sit out here, read, look at the garden, the greenhouse, the flowers, all of that, and then have the cherry tree maybe about where that one is. That way you've got the pink flowers from the cherries and then the white flowers from the dogwood over top the gazebo. Of course, it's going to be a while before that cherry tree is actually large enough to go over the gazebo, but that is the idea. We're thinking long term. Right below this terrace, on the next one down, I want to do a row of like raspberries, grapes. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but that's kind of the idea that I've got going on. Build some kind of little trellis that they can go down, whether that be just raspberries and blackberries or do grapes there instead. I just want it to be warm so that I can do the things that I need to do, which I'm sure most of you are probably thinking the same thing. And also, it's been a very long time since I've done a walking around with the camera style video, so I do apologize if I am spinning you around a lot. And yeah. What's going on? What the heck is that? What is that? Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Looks like mushrooms, maybe? It's like an octopus. Anyways, this bed is going to be, I believe, or my plan for this is going to be sunflowers. That way, when I eventually clean all this mess up, you come around, you can walk between the greenhouse and a big block of sunflowers right there. I think that'll look really good. Then you come around, and we've got all our vegetable beds. 1, 2, 3. Over there is going to be herbs, and then of course flowers here. Those new beds, I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to put them. Maybe here or on the other side there. Kind of do like an arch between, because it's 2 little square ones. So do some kind of arch walkway thing through. Maybe that would look good. An arch to the gazebo that I'm going to build her. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Alright guys, well that's pretty much all I can think of as far as projects right this second. But yeah, I'm super excited for the 2026 season. Let me know some things that you are doing in the garden this year that you're excited about. Any big projects that you've got going on. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting season, except for this freezing cold that's going on right now. That's why I'm kind of cutting this video short. It's just because I can't feel my fingers, my ears, anything. It's kind of more of a run on of me just talking about random things, so I do apologize for that. Hopefully you liked it. If you enjoyed this style of video, just let me know in the comments. And yeah, remember to always learn as you grow. Thank you guys.